What's going on, everyone? This is JD here. Time we're talking about the Houston Rockets and their bench, because I think the Rockets do need to address their bench a little bit in terms of their players right now and their pieces, because in my opinion, I don't really think this bench is great enough to really withstand the greater teams in the West, with, obviously the Lakers having their pretty great roster in itself, the Clippers, Nuggets. They have all these good rosters, and having a bench is going to be pretty important, especially if the Rockets want to push for the play-in or the playoffs in the coming years. So today we're talking about the Rockets bench and what they need to address. So what's up? I'm JDC. If you like the video, drop a like down below, press the sub button. We do NBA content here, but mostly Houston Rockets. Today we have a Houston Rockets video before the preseason game against the Raptors, because I haven't made a video in like 2 days. There hasn't been too much to talk about. So we're going to be talking about their bench, also kind of be going over some things I expect for the Rockets to do against the Raptors. So if you guys like what you see, drop a like down below, press the sub button, and let's get right into it talking about, the bench. So looking at the injury report for the Raptors and the Rockets, Eric Gordon is out, so Jae'sean is getting the start at the small forward position, which is what I fully expected him at the start of the season to do, and moving forward. So in my opinion, I like this move a lot. Jae'sean, we need a defense in the starting lineup. Jalen Green, KPJ aren't really known for the defense, and they're pretty average defenders, but nothing at a great level. Christian Wood's a pretty decent defender in the paint, nothing too great either. Pretty okay shot blocker. Daniel Tice probably our best defender in the paint, but Jae'sean as a whole is our best defender. And also, we're gonna be going over the preseason game first before the bench, so I'm gonna get over really quick. And then obviously, nothing too much to talk about on the Raptors. Chris Boucher is out, Ken Birch also out, and Yuta Watanabe is out. So I expected this to become a pretty close game, with Scotty Barnes still playing. They got Precious Achiuwa, who's probably going to play the 5. They got a lot of good players, so I really expect this game to be pretty close. I expect, Jalen Green to go off a little bit, because I don't really see anyone else guarding him. KPJ could also go off for some points too. Christian Wood and Daniel Tice could go for some points, because Ken Birch and Chris Boucher both out, and they're only good big men. Precious Achiuwa, Scotty Barnes. They also got another player, I forgot, Freddie Gillespie. There we go. But yeah, other than that, I don't think anyone's going to be stopping Christian Wood. He has been pretty underwhelming in the preseason, but hasn't really been getting too many touches. So that's the thing I want the Rockets to address in this game. Give Christian Wood more touches. Just at least get him to at least 10 points. At least get him over 5, making over 5 shots a game. It's just really tough because Christian Wood hasn't been making too many shots. He's only been getting the ball a couple of times, not really too much, and the ball is usually going into KPJ or Jalen Green's hands, and they've both been pretty bad from the field overall. So yeah, that's it for the preseason preview. Not talking about the Rockets bench. So looking at the Rockets bench right now, I'd say we definitely do need some work. So if we're taking into account that Eric Gordon does start at the beginning of the season, then our bench right now is looking like Jae'Sean, Alperen Sengun, Josh Christopher, Usman Garuba, DJ Augustine, Dante Exum, Tyler Bay, Daishan Nix, and Anthony Lamb. So overall, that bench unit, it's atrocious. To be honest with you, it's absolutely atrocious. It's just not really that good, and we do need some scoring off the bench. Now, assuming that we do start Jae'Sean over Eric Gordon, which is something I prefer, honestly, just for defensive purposes, and Eric Gordon providing scoring off the bench. We do need some scores off the bench if we're going to be trading Eric Gordon. Honestly, looking at the 5 off the bench is probably going to become Jae'Sean or Eric Gordon, vice versa. DJ Augustine is going to become Usman Garuba. Well, not Usman Garuba. It's going to be Alperen Sengun, Daniel House, and then KJ Martin. And then David Nawab. I don't know. Honestly, the Rockets have a lot of players, and they're distributing minutes to each and every player. That's what they've been doing in the last 2 preseason games, where each player has actually gone, some minutes. Even, Josh Christopher. I mean, the only players that haven't gone minutes are Tyler Bay and Anthony Lamb and Daishan Nix. And honestly, those 3 players are pretty much bench players, but everyone else has been actually getting some minutes. Josh Christopher has been a sleeper in the preseason and has dropped over 10 points in each of those preseason games. So I expect great things from Josh Christopher. That's the thing I want to address in this video, is that Josh Christopher definitely deserves some minutes in the bench lineup. Also, Dante Exum too. Exum and Josh Christopher, in crunch time, they've actually both been pretty impressive. And to me especially, Dante Exum, I honestly thought he was not going to make the roster and wasn't going to make much of an impact. But on the defensive end and the offensive end, he's been impressive. He's been impressing everyone and has been turning a lot of heads. Same thing with Josh Christopher. 10 points in each game, in each preseason game, has been pretty clutch for us, has been hitting the three. The thing I noticed about Josh Christopher's game is that he isn't rushing a shot. And what that means is that in the summer league, he would take a lot of shots that were heavily contested or really difficult shots. And now, looking at him right now, he's definitely progressed a lot in the last 2 months, where he's taking really smart and secure shots, which is what we needed from him, especially because he is a shooting guard at 6'3". So, yeah. Looking at the other guys on the roster, Daniel House, we do not need to give him any more minutes after what happened last game. All I'm going to say is that he went 0-7 from the field. That's all I have to say. Anthony Lamb, nothing too much there. KJ Martin, obviously this guy needs some more minutes, but, bench unit, Eric Gordon, Jae'sean Tate, Şengün, Dante Exum, DJ Augustine, KJ Martin, and then, minutes to David Nwaba, who honestly I wouldn't be too opposed to starting. And then other guys, Usman Garuba, Armani Brooks. We're going to get some minutes to the other guys to develop them, man. Honestly, Garuba, he could go to the G League. He's pretty much a project as of right now. He's just too raw of a prospect to really determine his worth on the team. I think if we send him to the G League, he can develop a three-point shot right there. He's been taking a lot of shots, especially in practice. Coach Silas said that he is taking shots, but I just feel like he can't really, make him down, or just at least can't make him at all. So it's good that it's good to see and it's good to hear that he is taking shots, especially three-pointers. But if he isn't making them, then there's really no point. So yeah, I fully expect Usman to at least go to the G League. Maybe Tyler Bay, because he's on a two-way. Armani Brooks, I definitely would like to keep him. He's been pretty clutch for us too. So yeah, overall, the Rockets, I just think we need to start trading some pieces. I think it's time to move on from Daniel House. There's just no point for him anymore. 28 years old, 6'6". He needs to go. Honestly, I don't really see any other use for him on the team, any other roles for him on this team, man. Quite honestly, I think his time in Houston is done. So move Daniel House, move Eric Gordon, maybe package them together so that we can free some minutes for the other guys, and then they'll kind of roll with the team moving forward. I don't really see us moving anyone else other than Daniel House, Eric Gordon, and John Wall, who I definitely forgot was on the team. So those are the three players I see on the move, in the coming maybe days, even weeks, maybe not even until the trade deadline. So just look up for those three players to get traded. Maybe someone else, I'm not really too sure. I don't really think we'd trade Dante Exum. Depends on how he really plays for us, because he's actually been playing pretty well for us. So I really wouldn't trade him. Maybe give him a chance on the Rockets, and truly watch out for these three players, Daniel House, Eric Gordon, and John Wall, to get traded. So honestly, the Rockets, we're looking pretty great right now. We're looking to come back after the loss against the, I want to say, Heat. Yes, it was the Heat. Yes, so it was the Heat. We're looking to come back from the Heat to play against the Raptors, hopefully win that game. And hopefully Jalen Green has another good outing. Hopefully KPJ has a pretty good outing, a comeback outing. Christian Wood, Daniel Tyson, Jae'Sean Tate. So that's in the video. I'm JDC. Peace.